Hello everyone, and welcome to another Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous. Trying something new today, and this is because I shot this earlier today and just did not have my microphone, this thing right here, my microphone, if you can see it, my Yeti, on this beautiful PS1 mount from Rhodes. Anyway, I shot this earlier today, and this is what I'm calling more fun inside of the PU. Now, my intention was very quickly just to get out into the universe and run a couple of missions. As you could see, the frame rate for me is absolute crap, and I'm beginning to realize that not just this command center did I need to build, but I probably need to put together a Skylake system. And right now I'm running an AMD. It's a fast one, running at about 4.3 to 4.4 gigahertz. But it seems to just not have the oomph to play this at any acceptable frame rate. But the truth of the matter is, I actually have no issues whatsoever playing any of the games on maximum settings. This is the hardest game that I have to run. Now, I'm not sure if it's the 16 gigabytes of RAM I have. I should take it up to 32, but I do have a 970 graphics card, and it is overclocked, and I have the, I guess I could point over there at some point, but I do have the Corsair Air case, the one that's big and has a lot of air movement in it, so I can run things at these higher clock speeds and get better frame rate. It just doesn't work in Star Citizen. So today I decided to take out my tried and true Gladius. The Gladius is absolutely my favorite ship. I love the Gladius. It has been, I've had some amazing times in it. And I know I sit there and I say, I love this ship, I love that ship, but I love the Gladius. So my intention was to come out here and set it up and take it out. And what I'm putting on here is OS 6s. And very quickly I find out, I don't find out, but I go into the situation where the interface just needs a little bit more tuning. And although it's new, the things I'm looking for are sorting, because everything here is on a ship. So for me to get to the weapons that aren't on a ship, I have to go through every single one. So I'm hoping, and I'm sure that they will, in the future, get a interface that lets you sort through all of the different weapons, so you don't have to, per se, well, so you don't have to go and do what I'm doing here, which is I went to one, went to the other, went to one, to make sure that they were on. This gentleman over here was probably just trying to say hello, and I probably should have been a little bit nicer, but I'm like, hey, are you trying to steal my ship? And he wasn't. He just went off on his way. I wonder if he had a Gladius or not, and if he was just trying to take a look at it. Maybe he was new, maybe he wasn't. I should look up his username and send him a PM inside of the RSI forums and say, hey, it was good to see you in the verse. What was up? All right, so we're going to get into our Gladius, and today's name of the game is going to be Comm Arrays. We're going to reset Comm Arrays. Now, when you reset Comm Arrays, you get a tiny bit of credits. You get about 1,000, and I call them a tiny bit because if you have any damage from fighting pirates or other players, and we'll get to that in a second, you're going to rack up a restock, refuel, repair bill that's more than the 1,000 that you get for this mission. Now, if you remember back to when I was talking about the economy is going to be grand, right? It's going to be big. But right now, they're trying to play with it and see which direction to move it into, right? They're trying to see which parts of the economy need to be built to give us money and which parts need to be built up to take away money. Because if you don't have a way to burn through money, you're going to get into a situation where you're going to have runaway inflation. So right now, whenever you have any kind of a repair bill, it's quite a lot more than what it would be probably in the verse, because we don't have all those other methods of taking away the different currency from us. You know, that extra currency, the extra credits that we earn. In the future, that will be insurance, it will be hangar fees, it will fuel fees, docking fees, all sorts of wonderful things. I swear, I work with a bunch of people that are always in group text, and that's what's going on right now. I apologize. So I've turned it off on my... There, now it is off on my phone, on my computer, and on my iPad. Okay. So here we are taking on the pirates. Now, my biggest problem with the pirates is that their AI is such that they fly at you. I mean, they fly directly at you, which I find that in real life, people playing chicken is not going to happen. You see what I mean? Every time, and I'm not sure if it's me making that mistake or them, I've already lost my rear shields. I already have damage, a lot of damage, to my fuselage. So I'm going to have a nice repair bill for this one. Alright, so we're coming out here. That was kind of tough. Alright, coming around. And I've got 2 missiles on me, dropping chaff, dropping flares. I'm boosting a little bit behind them, and then I really quickly, and it doesn't look like it engaged. I was trying to unlink, decouple, and then swap around and then boost towards them, and it just didn't work. Now, this gentleman that keeps on coming up over here is going to follow me through most of these missions, and I'm very, very, very thankful that you were there. There we are, we got one, and I think he gets the other 2. Let's see. And the only reason we have 4 is because there were 2 of us in here. Alright, and these OS6s I put on here are killer. I used to love them, then I hated them, and now I love them again. They are just so good. I like making things go boom! It's really cool. Alright, so we're going to take on these next 2, well, this next guy, and I'm going to launch a missile. I'm not sure if I get it. Ooh, that just took off our tail. That hurt. Alright, let's come around. And we are getting him. We're just not playing this one safe. We're getting way too close to him. So we're going to stay off from him. And we're just going to lay in some weapons fire into him. And thank you very much. Somebody else got him, and that was good. So we're going to go right towards the comm array. And I'm going to get disoriented for a few moments here. Start flying towards the bottom of it. Then I start flying towards the top of it. And then I find out what to do. So we come up here. And I'm going to think twice about getting close to this. And I'm going to put myself right about there and then back off. Because I started to think and say, I didn't know if this gentleman was helping me yet or if he was going to hurt me. And I know that if you put your ship right next to the comm array, that people that are trying to be pirates and trying to support the turning off of the comm arrays are going to come around and they're going to blow up your ship because it's easy to find there. Someone told me to park it a little bit further away because then it doesn't show up on any of their sensors and you don't show up on their sensors, so you have an easier way of getting back and forth to the comm array. I still don't know if that's true because the gentleman that's over here wound up being somebody that was going to help me and not hinder me. So here we are, and it's going to take a while to get there. So I'm just trying to make sure that this is on. As long as those red lights and the red light on the top, the beacon and the red lights around the door are on, I believe that the comm array is out. But it's taking a lot of time. And I don't know what the 59 over there means. I don't know if it means I'm hurt. I don't know. So we're going to make our way over to it. I'm sorry this webcam is going to have a lot of noise because my command center is done, but I don't have lights up for the green screen yet, and that will come. It will come, I promise. I keep on looking that way for some reason. All right, we're getting closer and closer. So I'm finding the game is pretty much, it's pretty much a boring game right now. I'm sorry. Unless you're playing with your friends and you're having a good time, I find it boring. And only because it's doing the same missions over and over again. And I'm not going to fault it for that, because right now they're trying to get the mechanics correct in the game so we all have an amazing time at it in the future, right? That's essentially what they're doing. So doing the same missions over and over again gives them an opportunity to start tweaking things and making them better, and take that information and then move it on into other missions that they're going to create once they say, you know what, we've got this down, let's give them more to do. Until then, we just got to keep doing these same things over and over again, and that just keeps me from coming back over and over again. It's not going to keep me from coming back when I have my friends to play with, and we can go and we could say, right, today we're going to be pirates, and all we're going to do is stay in this section, and we're going to take these 3 comrades and keep them offline the whole time. Or we go on an exploration mission, or we try to do the PI missions together, whichever it might be. So that was a quick 1,000. Okay, and this is coming out. I'm going to hit a couple of these poles over here and probably break a leg or two. I don't see anything on my scanner on the bottom that says I'm hurt. Ooh, hit my head too. So now I got a little bit of a concussion. So maybe I'll be sillier than I am now. I don't know. I have no idea. And of course we have to walk or float effortlessly back to our ship. God, with all the times I played Kerbal Space Program, I wish you were able to get that first-person view like this when you were out EVAing. It would be great. It would make things so much easier. So, I called the game boring. But the game is not that boring when you take into account all the things that you can do in it. I'm still waiting for them to let us sit down in a club. That would be great. I'm still waiting for them to let us drink the drinks on the bar over in Area 18. Those things will be here. I'm sure they'll be here by the time 3.0 gets launched, when Gamescom... Is 3.0 Gamescom or is 3.0 CitizenCon? That's a really good question. I'm not sure which one of those it will be. So we're floating and floating and floating and floating. And about this time I started thinking, all right, I've got most of this down. What else is there to this game that I like? Because I just called it boring. I love Co-op Vandal Swarm, my friends. It is amazing. And we do that on Sunday nights when we get together with the enablers. And you are all welcome. If you want to join us on our Sunday nights from 8 p.m. Eastern Time, that's USA. I think that's GMT -5. I think it's -5. You are more than welcome, and just send me a note at starcitizenaa@gmail.com, and I'll get you into our Mumble server so you could join us that night. Last week I streamed it, and we played Star Citizen. We played, I believe we were inside of World of Warships, and then I played out Overwatch. I'm having fun with Overwatch. We're back in our ship. Well, for the rest of this time, I am not going to be here. And I'm not going to park so far away anymore. In fact, I think in one of the next couple of missions, I park a lot closer. So let's go and find another comrade. That's offline. And I believe every time we go to a comrade, we're going to have the same guy with us, which is pretty awesome. I should have wrote down his name. You guys are going to see it on there. We just saw him. Alright, so this one is down. There go the pirates. Let's go and get out the pirates. And we should get another 2 coming up as soon as he, our friend that we didn't talk to, arrives. Alright, so And I know that I used missiles for the first couple, but I definitely get a hang of the guns. Ooh, we're getting hits from somebody. That was not good. For a second there, I thought we had another player that jumped in that was trying to take me out. Oh, we got a kill with a missile. Yeah, we have all 4 in because there's our friend. Let's turn this hard. And yeah, there we go. Ooh, that could have hurt. And like I said, you kind of feel like they just make these never-ending chicken passes at you, but you got to think they're turning, you're turning, so maybe things just line up that way. Thank you for the assist on that one. And there we go. We get enough hits into that. That Aurora just melts away, and again we take more hits. We now have a thruster out. So we're definitely going to need to get ourselves into the game very quickly. Alright, and when I mean get into the game, we're going to have to get ourselves over to Cryo-Astro Services. Having that thruster out is going to make maneuvering this thing a little bit more difficult. And let's put ourselves into a better orientation. Let's get into precision mode. Precision mode. That's better. Let's get close. And there we go. And this is our second one. Now, after we turn this on, we're going to go and we are going to get ourselves fixed. And when we get fixed, I'm going to curse. Only you're not going to hear it because this microphone was off when I was recording the first time. And, oh my lord, I hate landing in this game. Absolutely hate it, and there's something I'm doing wrong that I don't understand. And you're going to see what I mean 3 times in this game. I'm going to land at Cryo-Astro Services, then I'm going to land over at Point Olisar twice. Well, actually once, but it's twice. And I'm almost going to kill myself. And that's just something that's going to happen. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have no idea. And I hope that somebody is brave enough to give me an answer, even if it is, you stupid screwball, this is the way you do it. Okay, we had a little bit of lag there. I'm not sure if this is the one I come out of and I can't find my ship. It may be. Alright, we should have checked the Moby glass because then it will tell you where the terminal is to turn back on. There it is, the comm array. Alright, very quickly just turn it on. And I'm drawing my pistol now because the last time that I was actually in the PTU doing a... Oh god, what were we doing? Oh wow, that's a pretty model. I'm looking up at my Constellation model on top of my desk. I was doing one of the ICC probe missions, and I go out, and I'm over there, and then just as I click on the box, somebody shoots me. And I was like, that was not very nice. I mean, you're not shooting me, not shooting me, not shooting me, and all of a sudden you pull out your gun and shoot me? Oh my lord, that was... I guess all's fair in love and war. I'm not complaining about it. I thought it was rather unexpected, but it's taught me to always have my weapon drawn now, even when in friendly space. Alright, so I'm like, where is my ship? I thought I left it out here. I don't see it. Alright. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's on the other side of the station. How did it get from here to there? I must have come in on the wrong side, so we have to float around the station, hope that somebody doesn't kill us. And this is where I realized that that gentleman that was hanging out with us this whole time was actually a good guy, because twice he could have killed me. Twice, and he didn't. And I really thank you for not being one of the pirates that definitely are in the right, being pirates, right? This is a game that has good and bad. So we have a little bit of ways to go now. I didn't realize it was going to be drifting out into the nether. Thankfully, our suit takes us a little bit faster. I feel like the ship floated away. That's what I feel that happened. That it was right there, and then it disappeared. Alrighty, there we go. You can hear the strain in my voice. It comes, it goes, and next Thursday, so a week from tomorrow, just about 8 days from now, I have surgery. Oh, more surgery. Yes, I said fuck.
Landing complete.
Fuck.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright,
Landing
so.
gear retracted. Landing gear deployed.
Your curses. Alright.
Landing gear deployed. Shields recharged.
We're going to get going, and we're going to go to Cryostro Services, and this is where I get to curse. Well, first off, I want to know, who the fuck developed the landing routines in the game? It's not... Now, from a coding point of view, I have no idea how easy it is to code a landing mode. No idea. But it's perfect in Elite Dangerous. So why reinvent the wheel? Why not steal it? You know? Or maybe it's because in CryEngine things happen differently. So I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that I suck at landing. And if you've watched my Learning to Fly videos, I suck at landing in real life too. But, well, not in real life, in simulated life. In real life, I'm freaking awesome at landing an airplane. But I can't land a spaceship to save my freaking life in this freaking game. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm in landing mode. I turn off my weapons. And then it goes into this weird freaking decoupled mode shit. And so I come over it. And then it's going to mess up. It's going to tell me, you're not landing here. You're supposed to land on the other side. So that's not their fault. That was probably my fault. I probably hit a button. I probably changed where I was supposed to land. I probably could have landed here anyway. But I decided to follow and go to the place that it was telling me to land in. See, I hit a button. You could see right now that all of these things are on. And for some reason, I'm no longer landing here. So I point down at the deck. I tell it I want to land there. And it says, no, screw you. Go land on the other side of the world. Well, the other side of this Cryostro Services. So now I have to go all the way there, and I'm not going to talk you through getting there. But landing should be, you get over the pad. So say you have forward and reverse, right? So you're moving your throttle, and I use, well, my throttle is down below me. Oh, we got to move this back to where it was. Oh, whatever. It moved, and that's going to mess everything up for this part of the video. So you have the throttle, and you move it forward and back, right? So you move the throttle forward, and it goes a little bit forward. You pull it all the way back, it goes a little bit back. You put it in the middle, and it stays pretty much at zero. So you land the spacecraft. So you land the spacecraft. The requester comes up and says, well, what the hell do you want to do here? Do you want to rearm, refuel, or restock? Might be refuel, restock, rearm. I don't know. I mean, repair. Repair, restock, refuel. Those are the 3 R's, okay? But when that comes up, the last state that your ship was in is what it's in now, and you can't do anything about it because now your controls don't work, and you're flying off the end of the pad, or worse, if you land towards the pad, you're smacking into the wall and blowing yourself up. And I've done that a couple of times. It just absolutely sucks, and I'm sure it's me because I can't believe that this is them, but it absolutely has to be me. So we're coming closer and closer. And this is where you're going to find out exactly what I'm talking about. It's just stunad. That's what it is. It's stunad. Okay, so we come in here. And I'm waiting for it. I'm like, all right, I've got my throttle. It's just about there. And I'm just about... And I stopped it. But now what? What happened? I stopped. I should be on the tarmac. No. When I move forward, I actually lift it off. And now it's sending me backwards. And now it's sending me forwards. And it's just What the?
Contact.
You know what I mean?
Scan.
It's crazy.
Begin
And here I am. No idea.
complete.
Absolutely no idea.
Landing
I'm baffled. I'm dumbfounded. And I don't know what to do. This is not the way it should land, and I know that there's something wrong. And I know there's an automatic mode, but I've had just as many problems with that.
gear deployed.
What happened there is there's like this wall that you hit when you're going to land on a pad, and it stops you and puts you into that slow motion mode. That's exactly what happened there. It stopped me from going forward, and I backed off and then came in. It's like a rubber band. You get in this, like one of those paddles with the rubber band and the ball at the end of it. That's what I felt like on that one. So I'm trying to land, and there it is. Oh,
Landing
you can get a little bit closer. Cancel it. Just makes no sense. So, landing needs to be fixed. It's obvious it needs to be fixed. Because if I can make this mistake, people that have been playing the game
complete.
for a lot less than me are probably going to get fed up with it and just go somewhere else. Or they read the manual, had some kind of tutorial, had a friend that taught them the right way, and they're laughing hysterically at me too. Alright, we have to stop. We have to stop. There we go. Now these guys will come out. Cool. They've repaired my Gladius back to its pristine condition. We're going to go off, and we're going to take out one more of the Comm. Not take it out. We're going to put it back online. But along the way, I wanted to really show you what this is about. So you have to restart these missions every time. Okay, every time you go, the missions are not persistent. What the hell? Oh, that was a change in my views. So if you look in your Moby glass, after you do 2 of the Comm or 3, I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3, in this case it was 2, you're going to get a job offer to work for the Crusader Security. And that will put you into a position where you could actually go and make sure the different terminals and things aren't taken down or hacked over at Corellia. So you could actually make more cash doing PvP. Now, I'm not a big PvP person inside this game. I've never been a big PvP person since stopping playing the original Rainbow Six. The original Rainbow Six, the first one. I used to play that with my friends at IBM when online multiplayer gaming was in its infancy. In fact, a lot of you might have been in your infancy. I know some of you are my age, but there's many more gamers that are a lot younger, half my age. But still, I'm finding that PvP in this game is... the risk versus reward right now is too great. Too great for my low caliber. So this is what I'm finding out. There's a security Crusader security guard opportunity. And that's what they're doing. They're giving me an opportunity to be a security guard. I'm sorry. The Queen of the Enablers is no security guard. No. She runs things. She doesn't carry a cup of coffee in one hand and a donut in the other. Sorry, that's not me. Sorry, if you're in law enforcement, I apologize. I was just kidding. So, this is where we are. So these are the different missions you could do now. I'm sure they're going to add more. And we're just going to go and we're going to take one more of these Comm offline, then we're going to go home. Okay, and I'll talk this one out. What kind of missions would you like to see? I know that my friend Marcus and myself and so many others would love to see some cargo missions in the game. Now I know they're going to be bringing Nyx online in the future, and Nyx is that pirate area, but good people, reputable people, might not be welcome in Nyx, and that might be a place for the pirates to actually have a haven. I've also heard that they were going to add in other planetary systems from the Stanton system inside of the game. So when you think about it, right now we're at Crusader, but there's also ArcCorp and other planets that you can fly to. And if they do that, there'll be space stations and there'll be planetary bases, and hopefully at that point they'll be able to start putting in some kind of a cargo run, you know, trade. Bring this from A to B. I think that would be a good mission for some people, especially people that really want to get into that element of the game. Now, there aren't a lot of places to find Vandal in the game right now. I think at the very, very, very last mission in the ICC probe, you get jumped by Vandal. And that is promising. And I know that Vandal being this far into UE space probably wouldn't be. But, you know, this is still alpha. They could do it for us. So we took out those ships pretty fast. That was pretty awesome. And here we go for this last mission. And then after this, it's back to Port Olisar. And I keep calling Point Olisar. I know it's Port. So we're going to fly around it really fast. And then we're going to put it into precision mode. And we're going to lay it right here. Turn it. And pull it as close to it as possible. So we've now had our ship right next to a moderate distance away and far distance away. And all three times we didn't get blown up. And I think it's because we had our friend that followed us around and took care of us. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're out. Draw my weapon right away because I'm not going to be shot twice. It's bad when you get shot because then you have to go all the way back and eventually you're going to have to pay to have your body fixed. I mean, do you wake up in a clone? Is it like, I mean, is their idea that it's like being downloaded like in Battlestar Galactica? I wonder if that's the case. So right here is our last mission, and you get an idea of what some of these missions are going to be like. These are alpha missions. These are not, per se, the types of missions that you're going to see in the live game. In the alpha, they have to test a lot of things. So what you're finding is that there's going to be a very small number of mission types, which is why I'm asking, what do you think would be a good mission type to have in the alpha? Something that would help them do a little bit more testing of things. I love the PI mission. I mean, that's one of my favorites. And the ICC probes are pretty good too. I'm not sure if Yella is mission structure or if it's more a fly around until you see something. Oh, that was our friend. And I let him down. I let him down. I didn't realize I took this last one. He was probably trying to get at least one of them, and I got all three. So I got 3,000 credits and he got none. What a beautiful ship. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. I'm not saying what a beautiful ship, it's the most beautiful ship. I'm talking about the model of the ship. These developers, these artists, these designers have done an amazing job with the spacecraft in this game. Alright, it's going to be 2 hops to get back to Port Olisar. But that was pretty much it. And you're going to see probably the worst landing ever. So tomorrow is Ben's Day. I have stood up Sandy 2 weeks in a row. You can hear my voice strain from time to time from doing this. Just doing this one video is hard, okay? Because it does hurt at this point. So Ben's Day tomorrow. Still waiting to have an opportunity to just talk to Sandy. And hoping that they have some minor tweaks and possibly an update to Star Citizen 2.4, maybe 2.4.1 that shows up either this weekend or next. But the big thing, the really big thing, it's payday for me, that's pretty good, is that we have the Dragonfly coming out. And it's supposed to be lower priced. Supposed to be. I wonder what the price is. They probably put it out there already. Oh God, my guess would be it's probably right around the same price as the $60, $70 maybe? Or maybe it's $50. We'll have to wait and see. So let's say good luck on that sale, CIG. I hope everyone here is going to get one. And I guess that's about all that I'm looking forward to right now, because the big things are going to be, when is the Polaris coming out? When's the Prowler coming out? And are we ever going to see the F7 F, is it? Or the F7? Or is it the F8? I'm wondering if we're going to see... Yeah, it would be the F8. I wonder if we're going to see the Lightning. The F8 Lightning. That would be pretty awesome if we could see it soon. Hopefully it's better than the real Lightning 2, which evidently is still having problems. That would be the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter. And look at this. It's just gorgeous. Alright, folks. I'm going to let you watch this landing, and I'm going to cut it right after that. So... lots going on in Star Citizen's universe. Get your ships, get out there and play. Ben's Day is coming up. Please either respond in the comment section of the last video or send me an email labeled Ben's Day with your question to starcitizenaa@gmail.com, and I'll get it on the next show. There was a contest that was won by Joris Lakar, and hopefully he gets his Starfarer soon. And we are very, 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 very close to 3,000 subscribers, which really, thank you for subscribing, everybody. I really appreciate it, but it really doesn't matter as much as getting views on the channel, and that's still less than 1,000 a video, unless it's Ben's Day, where they could be up to 5,000. I've had a couple that were close to that. So folks, well, see what I mean? I think landing just sucks. Alright, get out of the ship. Alright, out. I guess what I could do when I land is maybe hit the engines off button. I think that's 6 as soon as I can. And maybe that would stop all this nonsense from happening. Whatever. We'll save that for another day. And with that said, you all be safe out there. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/Batgirl. That's patreon.com/Batgirl. God, that threw me off. Never mind, guys. Just, you all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. That hurt.